I'm Taryn Gatchell.
And I'm Mark Holian. And welcome back to Johnnie Bennie Campus News, your news channel for updates on campus life and events.
Last week, Thursday, the Record won 3 awards from the Minnesota Newspaper Association. The awards went to Emmett Adam, Landon Peterson, Tess Glenzinski, and Jacob Gatch, won first place in the editorial category. Will Schwinghammer took second place for his investigative journalism, and Jacob Gatch took second place for local breaking news.
In Senate reports, the CSB Senate funded $1,417 for the St. Benedict Feast and $45 for a multicultural center project.
Now we go to Peyton Nelson with this week's Sports Roundup.
Hi, I'm Peyton Nelson. Welcome to this week's Sports Roundup. The St. John's basketball team crushed Gustavus 79-60. Junior Ryan Tyson led the Johnnies in scoring with 16 points. The Johnnies will look to add to the win column as they'll host Hamlin this Saturday at 1 p.m. Sophomore Sophia Jonas broke the 3-point season record in the Bennies' last game against Concordia Moorhead. Unfortunately, the Bennies still came up short against the Cobbers. The Bennies will look to bounce back as they'll host Hamlin this Saturday at 1 p.m. The St. John's wrestling team lost their dual meet to Itasca. The Johnnies will look to bounce back as they'll head down to Wisconsin-Eau Claire this Saturday for the next tournament. The St. Ben's hockey team is on a roll. They won their last game over UW Superior 4-2. Ava Stitnet and Laura Opshaw both had a pair of goals to help the Bennies secure the win. The Bennies will look to keep their win streak going as they'll head down to Winona to take on the St. Mary's Cardinals this Saturday at 1 p.m. The St. John's hockey team participated in the annual Hockey Day in Minnesota outdoor game against Augsburg. The Johnnies will pull off a 5-4 win in overtime. Senior Augie Moore led the Johnnies in scoring with 2 goals and 2 assists. The Johnnies will head down to Winona to take on the St. Mary's Cardinals this Saturday at 7 p.m. The St. Ben's swim team had 6 seniors on senior night lead the way for the Bennies. Senior diver Emily Quill got 3rd place and Lindsay Smutka finished top 3 in the 100-yard backstroke. The Bennies will head down to the U of M for their next meet this Saturday at 1 p.m. Senior diver Jack Grabinski was named MIAC Athlete of the Week this week after he won both the 1-meter and the 3-meter dive competition. The Johnnies will also head down to the U of M for their next meet this weekend. The St. Ben's dance team competed in the UDA Finals in Orlando, Florida. They would place 7th overall in the nation. That's all for this week's Sports Roundup. As always, best of luck to all our Johnnie and Bennie athletes competing, and don't forget to tune in next week for all your sports news.
Thank you.
This Saturday in O'Connell's from 6 to 8, Climate Justice Club is hosting its new semester mixer. Students can come for the food, games, and drinks, and stay for information on sustainability.
Finally, unfortunately, Johnnie and former U.S. Senator Dave Durenberger passed away on Tuesday, January 31st at the age of 88. Durenberger went to prep school, then joined the inaugural ROTC class at St. John's University. After graduating top cadet of his class, he went on to law school at the University of Minnesota. He ran for Senate in 1978 and served up until 1995.
Durenberger served on the St. John's University Board of Regents from 1987 to 1996. We want to leave off with a quote from Senator Durenberger's 2018 interview with Johnnie Bennie Campus News.
I spent 3 terms in the United States Senate from 1978 to 1995. I am a graduate of St. John's, grade school, prep school, college. St. John's gave me the opportunity to ask all the right questions. And I think that shaped my life more than anything else. It informed who I hang out with, you know. Who do you give yourself to in a more intimate way, whether it's in a faith-based activity or it's in a profession of one kind or the other, or maybe it's just a pure friendship. Personal relationships are everything. And people that I reflect back on now who've had made the biggest difference in my life are people I trusted. St. John's lays the groundwork for how and what relationships we build, how much of ourselves we're willing to give to them, when we know it's a good time to get out, you know, which sometimes is the challenge. And all of that in one way or another does relate to why do we get into public service professions, why do we get into public service activity, or why do we even get into politics and government.